Hey there! Today we're going to talk about habits. So this is part of the reason why I started these videos, and some of you are in my Ignite Wellness community, is to break from habits that aren't serving you anymore into new habits. Now, our brain is wired for habits only because as humans we want to be efficient, right? The less energy we put out through the day, then the more reserves we have. It's almost like a bank account, right? So sometimes just going about our normal habits, what's ingrained, we don't think about, it conserves our energy, so then we can focus on other things. However, sometimes those habits, they don't serve us well, and that could be physical habits, it could be in how we move. It also, more importantly, maybe even could be due to emotional habits. So our thought processes, what's going on in the background every millisecond, right? What are the thoughts we're saying to ourselves? Is it positive? Are we being critical and judgmental of ourselves frequently? You know, these are all things that you have to, on occasion, stop and think about if you want to make a change, right? That's the whole thing. A lot of times patients or clients will come to me is because they want change in their lives. So, part of the reason why I started yoga and physical therapy and using the essential oils is because I wanted to make change in my life, and they help to create new habits. So how do we create new habits, right? So it's all about repetition. So the first thing is awareness, discovering, what change we want to make. And then what's the habit that's holding us back from this change? If we want to be stronger, or if we want to reduce our low back pain or our neck pain, what's the habit that we're doing that feeds into this cycle of pain? And again, it can be emotional, how we hold our stress. It all goes to the neck. It could be how we sit at the desk, rounded forward, especially at the end of a day, slumping. But the first step is awareness, creating or deciding or realizing what is going on. And from there, then, okay, what's the change that I need to make? So, if you find yourself in negative thought processes, setting a reminder on the phone to snap you out of it sometimes is helpful. Or for me, a daily meditation practice with some oils. So two of my favorite to help break free from habits when stepping into the unknown. So creating a new habit is often unfamiliar, so it can be scary, especially like a huge habit, right, can be going to work for someone else. And a new habit can be starting your own business and, keeping the money coming in, keeping the confidence and the belief in yourself. Or even like in terms of movement. So I used to be very rounded forward, and to be owning, what I know, being confident in myself, also is involved with having an open chest, having integrity in my body and strength. So all these things come together, right? So I love to meditate with either Envision. It's very uplifting, and it has rose in it, which is the highest frequency oil, or Valor, of course. A little courage goes a long way when stepping into new habits. So, sometimes I'll put a drop on my wrist or a drop in my palm. I'll inhale it in. I have some on my hands right now, or the back of the head, or even the feet if you don't like the smell. And so then it's the repetition of reminding yourself over and over again and catching yourself when you start to slip back into your old habits. So the brain these days, research is saying that the brain is wired for change, right? There's a whole field of science on it called neuroplasticity. So essentially, right, we have these neural ruts, or these neural grooves, the brain to body connection, or our thought processes, and it's like a trail. The more we do something a certain way, that trail gets blazed, right? And it's easy to find, it's easy to go down that path because we're comfortable, we can see it, we know the outcome, all these things, right? And so then when we have a new habit, essentially you have to blaze a new trail. And how do you blaze a new trail is you put in all that work and effort. So it does take more work and effort. You have to remind yourself. You have to stay diligent, and you have to take yourself from choosing that old trail to this new trail, right? But the more that you use it, the more worn in it gets, the more comfortable it feels. You begin to know the outcomes and that sort of thing. And then by the end, you have a new habit, which, then feeds into other new habits. And, it's that saying of small steps leading to bigger growth, whatever that may be, whatever that is that you want in your life. So, sometimes, right, it is all in our heads. That's where it starts, definitely with habits. So tell me, what are some habits that you want to change right now? And maybe we can work together as a group to overcome them, or reach out to me personally. That's fine too. I hope you have a great Friday. Bye.